For more detailed information and step-by-step guidance, you may refer to the official Google ADK documentation. You can just type in Google ADK docs and you can refer about ADK more. It has information about features and everything, so you can go through it. And also it has content on YouTube where you can watch and learn. So now let's go to the coding part where we'll create a basic agent to understand its workflow. So to install the agent development kit and create a basic agent, you'll need to follow a few key steps. So some of them are setting up your environment, then creating the project files, and configuring your model's authentication, and finally running the agent. So before starting, we assume that you already have a local IDE like Visual Studio or PyCharm installed on your machine with Python 3.9 or higher versions, and also a terminal access. In case you do not have Python installed on your machine, I suggest you go through the video that has been attached in the description to help you with the installation of Python. So let us set up our environment and install ADK. So we need to create a Python virtual environment to manage project dependencies because it is a best practice to avoid conflicts with other Python projects. So to create that, we use a command python mvenv.venv. So this will create a virtual environment, as you can see here. Then we need to activate this Python virtual environment. So the command for activating virtual environment is Windows is this .venv /scripts/activate. So this will activate the created virtual environment. As you can see here, the virtual environment has been activated. Okay. The next step after your virtual environment is active is to install the ADK using pip. So the command is pip install Google ADK. In case you do not know or do not want to copy it from the video, you can directly copy paste the command from the official documentation over here. Okay, so let's start installing this. So let's wait, it is getting installed. This may take some few minutes. So let's wait. Okay, now that we have downloaded the Google ADK, let us start creating the agent project structure. In order to create the project structure of your agent, we need to create a parent folder containing directory and that will hold the agent's file. In the documentation, click on Quick Start. You can get information on setting up environment and installing ADK, where they have also given information for creating an agent project. They have specified a project structure, so let's follow that accordingly. So inside a parent folder, they have created a directory called multi-tool agent directory, inside which there are agent files. The first one is the init.py file. The second one is the agent.py file. The third one is the .env file. So let's create the project structure similar to this. I have already created Google ADK series parent folder. Now I'll create a directory called intro agent, inside which I'll create the agent files. Let us create init.py, then agent.py, then the env file. Let us understand what are these files doing. So, the init.py file tells the Python that the directory is a package. The agent.py file is the core of the agent that will contain the code that will define the functions and behavior of the agent. .env file stores the information on the authentication details. So let's start creating the agent. Okay, so in the video description, we have provided a GitHub link where we have already created this intro agent, which you can refer for creating or use it as a boilerplate to create your own agents. So you can use the same code for following this tutorial. So let's start creating the init.py file. Let's import the agent. So what is this meaning? So from dot import agent means that it is a common line of code in Python that means import the agent module from the current directory. So this is a relative import, which is a way to import modules from a package without having to specify the full path. So the single dot here refers to the current directory or package the file is located in. The import agent part then instructs the Python to load the code from a file called agent.py. So let's start coding the agent.py, or let's create the agent. You can use the same code from the GitHub. Okay, for now, let's remove the tools import. Okay, now let's go through what this simple agent is doing. So first, we have imported the agent from the Google.adk library. Then we have configured our root agent. The agent has a name called simple agent and it is configured with a model from Gemini, which is Gemini 2.0 Flash. We have given a description to the agent, that is agent to answer questions. You can give any description of your choice, such as you can give a description as an helpful agent that will answer the questions. Then we have to give instruction to our agent, particularly of what it will do. Here, let us rephrase it and give it something like answer questions. To the best of your ability. Okay. Now let us configure our .env file. So let us go to the documentation again, where they have given steps on how to update, set up the model. Okay, as you can see, we need to get an API key from the Google AI Studio. So inside the .env file that will be located inside our directory, we need to copy paste the following code. Let us do that. Okay, here we have to paste our Google API key. Now you can get your API key from this link. You need to sign in with your Google account. If you have already created a Google cloud project, you can use the same API key I'll use that. Or you can create a new one here. I will copy paste my API key here. Okay. Now let's check if we have written everything in the files. Okay. Great. Okay. Now the last step is to run our agent. We can run our agent using a command called ADK web. Okay. So this will launch a development UI where we can interact with it, with the agent. Now, as you can see, the ADK web server has started. Now, click on this link where we can access the agent for our local testing. Here, we can see our intro agent. So now, let's start chatting with our agent. Let's give a simple hi. Great. We can see the agent has responded back with, "Hey there, how can I help you today?" You can see we can trace the events. Okay. This is the name of the agent that we have created, which is simple agent. Here we can see the response from the agent, which is, "Hi there, how can I help you today?" So here we can see the request that we have sent, which is hi, and also the response from the agent. Okay, now let's ask some real-time questions. Hi, what is the current time in Bangalore? As you can see, the agent is not able to get the real-time information as we have not configured the agent with external tools. So now let us understand how we can do that. Now let's add Google search tool for our agent. Let us first import the Google search from the google.adk library. Now let us add tools inside our agent. Okay. Now what this Google search tool does is, it is a feature in the agent development kit that enables AI agent to access real-time and up-to-date information from the web. So now that we have connected our agent to the Google search tool, we can get answers backed by the reliable Google sources. So now when we ask any real-time information to our agent, it should be able to fetch the data from Google search. So let's test that. Okay. Now let's ask the same question. Okay. Now our agent is able to give the current time in Bangalore using the Google search tool. Okay. Now let's give more test questions. Okay. It is able to give the information for the weather as well, which is up to date. So I hope you're now clear with how we create the project structure for creating a basic agent and how we set up and also what all needs to be important and how we can use tools for our simple basic agent. So, thank you for watching.